Good morning, Chester County. This is Bipin Chandriani, your host of Life is Good in Chester County. I have with me today Jeannine Jubeck, fitness expert. During COVID-19, I don't know about you, but I have suddenly put on a few pounds and I need to lose. And Jeannine can tell us about what everybody else is feeling the same way or not. So we want to talk to Jeannine about how she started doing fitness training and how she got ready during COVID-19 and tell us all the good stuff that you've been doing, Jeannine.
Sure, Bipin. Thanks for having me on. I started personal training about 15 years ago. Before I started training, I was a headhunter. And at the time, I thought I wanted to make a change and do something that I really loved. And when I look back on my life, I've always been in fitness. And I think it's so important, not only just for how you look, but how you feel and the longevity of your life. So it's something that's always been a part of my life. And I thought, you know what? There's a lot of people out there today that really need some help, whether it's losing weight or just feeling better. And so I got my certification from SCA and I went to work for a local gym, worked there for many years, always on the side doing some one-on-one training in people's homes. And I quickly realized that there's a certain segment of the population out there that wants to train in-home versus in a gym. And so my business kind of slowly moved into that niche, and it's called Fit to the Core. And I work with really exclusively men and women 50 plus. A lot of them are retirees, or they're people who are in the thick of their careers right now and really just don't have time to get to a gym, or they don't necessarily want to be in a situation where there's a lot of people around. They want that one-on-one instruction and just the convenience of having somebody come to their home. And I bring everything with me. So that's kind of how I started, and I've been doing it for about 15 years now.
Right, and we were talking a few weeks ago about what you had already started adopting Skype and other tools to remotely train people. Tell us about. You didn't know the pandemic was coming, right?
Yeah, no, it all happened so suddenly. Of course not. But I had been doing what we call online training before all of it, and I still do that. And I call that digital training. I subscribe to a platform where I can send people a customized program with videos and exercises so that they know exactly what they need to do every day. And I had been doing that. It has a calendar on it, so people just click on whatever day and they say, okay, here's my workout for today. Some of them are videos I do of myself doing the exercise, and then some of them are videos that are pre-done, but they're all custom programming. And then right when the pandemic hit, I guess it was sort of mid-March.
Yeah.
People are not going to be, I'm not going to be able to go into people's homes. So each of my existing clients, and I said, look, if you want to continue training, let's get you set up on, I happen to use Skype. And I set each of them up on Skype, and it's worked great. We still have the same time set. We still do the same amount of training. I contact them on whatever day it is. We go through their program. So that's worked really well. I think I definitely miss seeing my people in person. Although this week I'm going to be starting to see some of them face to face again. And whether that means I'm wearing a mask or being 6 feet apart, but a lot of them are ready and they're saying, let's get back to the face to face. So
yeah,
that's kind of how it all got started.
Right. Now, one side effect or one benefit of this pandemic is people have adopted the remote video programs and for training, for communication and entertainment. So that is going to stay. In fact, that can give businesses like you more opportunities to reach out more people, no matter where they are located, whether in this city or this country, or they could be around the world.
You're
So,
exactly right. Right. And I do that. I do work with people all over the country, and I have a few people internationally as well. So you're right. It has created an opportunity for that. And I think that there will be a certain segment of the population that it'll probably increase, that will only be comfortable with the in-home training or the online training moving forward. There's always going to be a need for, I'm not going to sit here and bash gyms. There's always going to be a need for gyms. There are always going to be people who prefer a group atmosphere for training. That's not my relation. Yeah.
right.
Okay. I've really carved out a niche. I'm working with people in their homes, online, digitally, and it's that segment of really 45, 50 and up, of people who have the means and prefer to work out of their homes.
Right.
And I think there's going to be more of that moving forward. Where people aren't necessarily going to want to go back into a gym situation. And again, there's people that'll be comfortable with that, and that's great. But I think there'll be more people who want to train at home now or virtually.
Right. Now, what kind of training do you provide? Is it cardiac or toning or?
It's what I consider functional training. So functional training just means that a lot of the movements that I have people doing are movements that you do in everyday life. So particularly with the population that I work with, they'll come to me and they'll say, God, Jeannine, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired at the end of the day. A lot of them have very demanding careers. They're working a lot of hours and they have more energy. Maybe they have grandchildren and they want to be able to pick up with them. They're traveling more. So when they travel, they'll say, I was in Italy last week and I couldn't even make it up the steps of this building I was at, right? So I think a lot of it is things like squats, some deadlifts, some flexibility exercises. Flexibility becomes even more important as well. I don't stand there and watch somebody do their cardio, but I give them a prescription for cardio to do on days when they're not working with me. Some people may be just getting them out to walk.
Right.
There's a lot of, I put it on my Facebook a lot, there's a lot of beautiful preserves around here.
Oh, yeah.
In, and you can keep your social distance, and it's just, different as opposed to just walking around the block.
Right.
So that some people have, cardio equipment at home that they want to use. So, it's whatever you have available, and it's whatever you will do. If you hate doing an elliptical, don't go buy an elliptical. You're not going to do it.
Yeah.
If you enjoy walking, then do that.
And as you said, we in Chester County are very fortunate. We have so many open lands and parks and trails and natural preserves. So
exactly,
we really don't have to go far.
Right. And I even, I think it was last week, I got together a few of my clients. We like to keep them in smaller groups, but we went for a hike at a preserve around here. So I'm trying to encourage them. It's a whole lifestyle change.
Yeah.
Just doing some exercises and doing that for 4 weeks until you lose the weight. It's about making it a regular something where you are consistently going out and walking a couple days a week, or riding your bike, or running, whatever it is you like to do. And the weight training as well, which is so important as we get older.
So do you demonstrate weight and other trainings in your studio?
Do I demonstrate? You mean when I do the videos?
Yeah.
Yes, some of them are already videotaped for you on this platform that I use.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
quite a few that I like. There may be some exercises that they don't have in there that I want someone to do. Videotape
Right.
myself doing them, and I can add it on to the platform. So
Right.
the exercise has a video for it, so people understand what they're doing. And I also have, which is very popular, hybrid training program where people. I just had someone that is starting with me this week, and she's going to be meeting with me 1 day a week face to face, and then 2 days a week she'll be doing the online training. So it gives the person the face to face that they may need or want, but then they also get the digital training, so it's a little bit more cost effective for them than say all face to face. So there's a lot of different options for different budgets, whatever people need.
And using the technology, you're able to provide different custom-made, tailor-made options.
Yes, yes. Nothing is off the shelf. Particularly with the age group that I work with, everybody has some issue. Whether they've had a hip replacement, shoulder replacement, they have arthritis, they have a rotator cuff tear, everybody's got something that they're working with. So I need to be really cognizant of what I'm giving them, the exercise I'm giving them. In some cases, I'm doing some rehab after they've come out of physical therapy. We want to continue that and then bring them along, to where they can function more normally. So that's something that I've become more familiar with too.
Right. Do you have some stories you want to share about how some people have found benefits like relief from certain post surgery, post physical therapy?
Oh, absolutely. One of the people that I've worked with we were just talking about this the other day. She and I have been working together for 12 years now. And when she first came to me, she had herniated discs. She had herniated discs, and she had surgery for it to replace it. And the pain was just so awful with that once she came out of surgery, she said, I never want to go through that again. She recognized the fact that she had to do some strengthening of her core and start exercising and lose some weight so that she could stay healthy. So, you start very slow. And one of the things that we did was just really work hard on strengthening her core and getting her mobility back and getting stronger. And then once we did that, she lost about 30 pounds.
Oh, wow.
28 exact, actually. And she's kept it off. And it's kind of funny because she always says to me, if you didn't come here 3 days a week, I would never do this. I just wouldn't do it. And she knows that. And for 12 years, I've been seeing her at 5:15 in the morning. And we go through her workout then. Her friends think she's crazy, but you know what? She's lost the weight. She's kept it off. She doesn't have any back problems at this point.
That's good.
I have another client who was obese, and she came to me because she said, it just affects so many different aspects of my life, from how I feel emotionally to different health issues that she has, from diabetes to high cholesterol to joint pain. And she's been with me just about a year now. And she no longer needs medication for her diabetes. Her cholesterol levels have gone down, and she's lost 47 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing.
So she's doing really well. And what I get more satisfaction out of is the fact that she feels so much better about herself now.
Right.
She was somebody that would never set foot in the gym because she was embarrassed.
Right.
And now she can do that. And now she takes her dog for a walk every day. And, so her life is changing too.
Yeah, and when people lose weight, they are also getting rid of other health-related issues like diabetes, blood pressure, joint pains, and just that the quality of life gets a boost from your treatment.
Exactly. And they, they get off a lot of the pills that they're taking too. They sleep
Oh
better.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just, I always say, what's more important than your health? Nothing. And some things we can't prevent, but
Right.
there's an awful lot that we can make better and that we can prevent through exercise. So that's why I went into this line of business.
Now, I have your contact information displayed. If people need to reach out to you, can you check, make sure that is the correct information?
Okay, I see it there. 54. That is correct. And yeah, it works.
Great. So now, if people are looking to engage you, do you ask them to get kind of a note from the doctor so that you know that they are fit, they're able to what kind of treatment, what kind of physical activity they can endure?
Well, what I do is every client that I engage goes through an initial assessment.
Mm-hmm.
And in that assessment, we do everything from goal setting to medical history. We take their blood pressure. We get information, and if there are certain red flags that come up, for instance, high blood pressure. If I take their blood pressure, or they tell me that I've got high blood pressure, if it's not being treated, then yes, they'll need to go get a doctor's note, get that taken care of before I can start working with them. So certain conditions.
And people coming to you from physical therapy, I'm sure you want to look at what therapy has been done and how they have improved, so that you can then apply those exercises that can further assist them. Correct?
And often, I had a client that I've been working with who is up in Springs, and she came to me. She had had knee surgery, complete knee replacement. And so when she came to work with me, I contacted a physical therapist to see, okay, what's been done? How do you see this moving forward? Just to make sure we're on the same page. I had some ideas about what I wanted to do. So I absolutely will talk to a physical therapist and kind of make sure that we're in sync with that moving forward in their training.
Great. I really appreciate you joining us today. Is there anything else you want to tell our audience?
No, just that if you're feeling, especially now, a lot of people are feeling cooped up. They, like, as I say, they may have gained the COVID-15 or maybe COVID-5 at this point. This is a great time to get started with a training program. And whether it's, like I said, I'll be starting this week, getting back to the one-on-one in-home training. Some people are still going to start training. There's something for everybody at every budget. And you're going to feel so much better if you get started with it. And a lot of people have more time now because they're working from home. So it's a little bit easier for them to get started with the program.
Right.
And the best place to do it, you can go to my website, fittothecore.com, and I've got my pricing on there, the different programs that I have available, and you can reach me. You can email me there, or you can feel free to give me a call too.
Great. You have some of your videos or demonstrations also on your site?
There are a few videos, yes, on my page with that. And I have a YouTube channel as well. So,
great. That's great. So they can get all that information from your website, correct?
Correct. I have links to my YouTube, my Instagram, my Facebook on my website, and different ways you can get in touch with me.
Absolutely. That's great.
Okay.
Again, Jeannine, thank you very much for coming. I just now want to let our audience know about the program. We have this Facebook live show every Saturday at 10 o'clock to spotlight local small businesses and community organizations. So if you are one of them or if you know a small business, please reach out to me, 484-347-1848, and we will be glad to talk to you and have you join us. Next Saturday at 10 o'clock, we have Chester County Food Bank on our show, and we will be talking about challenges that so many residents of Chester County are facing, especially during this COVID-19 situation. So uh, please tune in next Saturday at 10 o'clock and or definitely reach out to me if you have any other questions. Thank you, Jeannine. I appreciate you joining us and educating all our viewers. And I look forward to talking to you again.
All right, and thank you so much for having me, Bipin.
It's my pleasure. Thank you again.
Enjoy your Saturday.
You do the same. Thank you. Bye bye.